What is happening, YouTube? How y'all doing today? It is Friday. Welcome to Friday. My name is Joe, just your average Joe. We're hanging out in the garage. We're going to go over some orders from eBay. Got a few comments to cover as well from the last video, and that's about it. I'm actually also going to go over how to get free shipping supplies because somebody asked about shipping supplies, eBay branded shipping supplies. So we're going to touch on that as well. If you haven't hung out with me before, I've been reselling full time on eBay for about 8 years, give or take. But I've also been buying and selling on eBay since 2000. So been around a long time. Can definitely share some insight and help and things like that. So if you have any questions about anything eBay related, from packing supplies, shipping, sourcing, what size tape do you use? I mean, whatever you want, like we touched on last video, 3-inch tape is a game changer if you're not using it. But whatever I can do to help, or at least give you some perspective, or just some of my, drop some nuggets along the way and help you all out. That's what this is all about. So appreciate you guys hanging out. Make sure you subscribe if you enjoy the channel. Make sure you share and like, comment. That's always appreciated. Again, I love comments. I love addressing questions and talking about stuff and diving in certain, whatever topics you guys have questions about. So, taxes. I mean, I'm not a tax professional, but taxes. Can you really make a living on eBay? Questions, things, whatever you want to ask. If you want to be critical and call me out on something, and we'll touch on those things too. Whatever it is that you want to talk about, but let's go ahead and dive in for the day. This probably won't be a long video. We only had a handful of sales. We had good numbers, but we only had a handful of sales. So we'll go ahead and touch on comments first, and then we'll go over our sales. So hopefully you guys are having a wonderful Friday. We had just had tropical storm, hurricane. I don't even know the name of the hurricane, but I'm in North Carolina. It came up through Florida and Georgia and all that. And so we just got the last bit of rain and stuff. So it's just now starting to get nice out. But literally 30 minutes ago, it was downpour craziness, wind. It's been windy all night, but it's just now starting to get nice. So hopefully you're good in your neck of the woods. If you're on the East Coast, hopefully you haven't been hit. And if you are getting hit, hopefully it doesn't last long and you don't have any trouble. But yeah, fun times. Hurricanes, man. Hurricane season. Got to love it. But let's go ahead and get started for the day. We'll start off with Tahoe Realm. Tahoe Realm says, question: some of my eBay packages that come with eBay branded packaging tape, do you buy the tape from them at a discount, or do they supply it free to sellers once you reach a certain level of success? Thanks. So Tahoe Realm, that's kind of why I mentioned before as far as packing supplies and things like that. If you're a basic store or above, like, because there's different levels of stores that you can subscribe to on eBay. Basic or above gets like $25. I know basic gets 25. I don't know the higher up if you get more. I got a basic store. I don't know if you get more like $50 or $100. So I don't know at what level if it increases. But I know at basic level, like once a quarter, which isn't much, they give you $25 coupon to use for packing supplies. So it's not much. I mean, you can get a few rolls of tape. You can get a thing of bubble wrap, bubble mailers. In fact, I just placed an order for mine last week, I believe it was. I haven't gotten it yet, but I placed the order or maybe it was earlier this week, before this quarter ran out because I needed to go ahead and use my $25. But I bought a pack of 100 bubble mailers. It was like the smaller kind, like this. Was it 6x9 for video games and stuff? So it'll be eBay branded, but it was like $37 total. So I've still spent like $13, which is still not bad for 100 of them. But again, they give you a $25 voucher, and like I said, if anybody's at a higher level in their store that wants to chime in on that and drop a comment, let us know. If you get more money the higher level your store is, that I don't know. I'd imagine possibly, but who knows? Knowing eBay, it's probably $25 across the board at every level, but it might increase. Who knows? But I do know $25 voucher every quarter for basic level or above. Sometimes I forget all about it and I don't put the order in for it and I lose my 25. It doesn't roll over. It just expires and you get a new one for the next quarter. But it's basically $100 for the year but you can only use it every quarter. And if you don't use it, you lose it. So hopefully that helps out a little bit, but otherwise you can buy the eBay branded, but you're going to pay more for eBay branded stuff. So I wouldn't recommend getting eBay branded stuff unless you're using the voucher and getting it, that way. But that's just how, that's how I feel about it, because you're just buying the name to be on the package basically at that point. Kurt Basin, appreciate you hanging out. Kurt, appreciate you commenting. And also Tahoe, you appreciate you commenting and ask away. I love helping, and so ask away if you have any questions. I can certainly drop a nugget or two and help you along your journey. Next one up is Kurt says, yo, Average Joe, yeah, that sucks. eBay should give you an option for a partial refund. I mean, I can offer a partial refund when I get the item back, but I'm not gonna. I mean, I should still be able to sell it as like old stock and get, still get 250, maybe 300 out of it. It's just going to sit for a while again, because it's something that not many people need. Those old CD changers for your car, the old block ones, and again, it's good. You got to have a compatible head unit. So I'm going to make sure I put that in the listing now that I know that, even though that's in the instructions, and anybody that's buying that should look at the instructions, because it's 22 years old or 22 years old, I believe it is. Like, make sure you got the right setup for it. But that's me as a consumer. That's what I would do. Not everybody's like me. They just buy stuff assuming and then decide they want to send it back. But I'll just make sure I put that in the listing too, that there's no FM modulator. You need this specific head unit that's compatible with this. And, again, it goes back to like the customer looking for that is very far and few between, because it's old dead stock basically, and people don't really mess with CD changers much anymore. So it'll sit for a while, but if I can get 250 out of it again, I'm only in like $30 on it. So and I'm charging him the shipping. He's actually already just sent me a message this morning, said he dropped it off, so he's eating the shipping back to me, and I'm going to deduct the original shipping from him. So yes, I'm losing a big sale, but at the end of the day, I'm really not going to lose anything on it. And if I can resell it for, like I said, 250, I'm still up. 340 would be better, but it is what it is. All right, but anyway, at least I thought you could. Yeah, you can, but they can dispute it too. That's the other thing, is if you do a partial refund, the customer can just call eBay and dispute it if you do a partial refund on it, especially if you don't have like returns are subject to restock fee of 10% or whatever, 15%. If you don't have any of that stuff in your listing and disclose that you have any sort of restock fee or anything, then you really don't have a leg to stand on. And I don't have restock fees on any of my stuff, or have any disclaimers on my items or my descriptions that there's a restock fee. It's so far and few between that I have to deal with stuff like this, especially on big items. It is what it is. You just eat those and keep it moving. It's a big thing that I got to eat, $300, which, my sales so far for the week are sitting around 7, which is great, because we're almost halfway to goal. But now I'm gonna have to eat a $300 return on I think Monday when it comes in, or Tuesday. So that sucks. So hopefully I can make up for it this weekend and get some big sales. I've been getting a lot of hits on stuff. I've been getting offers on stuff, just not quite where I need them to be. So hopefully those things keep coming in, and I can just hammer out some sales. And if I can at least hit goal and then minus the 300, I still call that a win. And again, if you don't know what my goal is, everybody's goals are different depending what you need, but my goal is 1,400 for the week, or 200 a day on average. Obviously you're gonna have ups and downs, but my goal is 1,400 for the week. So that's there's that. So Kurt, again, appreciate you hanging out and commenting. Tahoe Realm comments again and says, if he buys a shirt at Goodwill, does he pay sales taxes or usually have reseller tax ID? Sorry if that's a dumb question. You're paying taxes at Goodwill. You're going to pay the sales tax when you shop at Goodwill for sure. I mean, I don't think they do anything for tax ID or anything like that and not charge the taxes. That's like B2B, business to business. And you have to, I mean, you're going through as a consumer when you go through the register, it's consumer to business at that point. So you're going to pay sales taxes. Now, if you had some sort of deal with Goodwill, the company, and you were buying in bulk through Goodwill, the company, and you were doing B2B transactions, then that's a little bit different. That's kind of what I do with my football helmet business, which I'll go ahead and throw another plug out there. Let's throw another plug out there. We got, this is another one for folks that don't know. If you're watching this long, I run a football memorabilia company on football helmets, autographed football helmets, on Facebook Live. Been doing it about 6 years. It's like raffle style. So like you'll see stuff like this, like Mr. Joe Burrow. This one is Fanatics certified there. So we do deal with Fanatics, and we deal with Radke Sports, if anybody's familiar with Radke Sports. But anyway, you'll see stuff like this in our group. Again, it's raffle style. You can win stuff like this for as little as like $64. That's like a $900 helmet. So again, it is raffle style. You could jump in for $64 and win nothing. Just a thank you for playing. But somebody's going to win something. Ceiling sometimes is upwards to $2,000, and floor is as low as like 300-ish, 250, 300 is usually the floor. So, and everything in between. So basically, if you guys aren't familiar with what that means, is there's items in our series that could be as much as 2,000, sometimes even 2,500. Like this next series, we got a Patrick Mahomes, which is like a $2,500 helmet for. Uh, and then you got. I don't run him very often. I don't use him very often because he's so expensive. But Tom Brady stuff's like $3,000, $3,500. So his jerseys are like 22 to 2,500 bucks for just his jersey. But anyway, so floor to ceiling, meaning the cheapest thing you could get would be around that 250 to 300. The highest thing you could get is in that 2 to 2,500. So and anything in between. And again, our your spots that you get for it's a raffle, it's break, but I'm just going to call it a raffle for folks that don't understand what a break is. It's kind of like a raffle, but you go in and you buy a spot, and you're essentially, for as little as $32 up towards to 128. 64 is our average price point, but we do have stuff as little as 32 to get in, and as high as about 128. But again, average is $64, and so you could win stuff. I'll show off another one next. Like yesterday, I showed off. I think it was Dan Marino. That one's like a $750 helmet. That Burrow's like $900 retail. I showed off a Chrome Barry Sanders like 2 videos ago. That Chrome Barry Sanders is an authentic, which means it's got the pads and everything in it. It's a chrome helmet. They're super rare. It's got an inscription. Inscriptions are more expensive. That thing's like $1,200 or something like that. Maybe $1,300 for that helmet. So anyway, definitely come check us out. It's BTG East Coast on Facebook. Search the group. It is a private group. You do have to ask to join. And we do have a page as well that's public. You can always follow the page and like the page, follow the page. But our group is a private group, and you can request to join. Just make sure you put down that you've come over from YouTube, and I'll get you in, no problem. But anyway, so you'll see stuff like that. So if you enjoy football memorabilia, mainly football helmets, we do run a little bit of jerseys. We do run a little bit of baseball stuff. We do run a little bit of basketball stuff. So you'll see a little bit of those things as well. Not a ton. Heavy 90-ish% football helmets or football memorabilia. So mainly helmets. So anyway, that's my plug. I'm sticking to it. So anyway, so hopefully that helps out Tahoe Realm as far as that goes. Yeah, sales, you're still going to pay sales taxes. Pensacola, Flipper, appreciate you commenting. Pensacola, I think it's been a while since you've commented. Thank you, sir, or ma'am. So let's see. Pensacola Flipper says, I noticed a couple things. First, you might have been able to withdraw or withhold the original shipping cost and only offer a partial refund since the unit was opened. I could, well, he's paying to ship it back, which I do offer free return. So he could have made me eat that. So I'm going to call that as a win because he's a new eBay user. So he could have just opened up a return and returned it that way, and I would have automatically had to eat that label. But he's newer to eBay and obviously didn't realize that, and I wasn't going to be proactive and be like, hey, you can just send it back for free. So I did tell him, because he opened it and stuff like that, like he's going to have to pay for the return, and he was cool with it. He was a good dude. I consider him a good customer at this point, even though I'm not happy that we're doing the return period for his mistake, not mine. But so he's already sent me the label information, so he's already shipped it back this morning. So that's a win there because it's a bigger item. It's only coming from Florida, I think it is. So it's like maybe 15 or $20 to ship it back to me. And then I'm going to be deducting the original shipping. I already told him I'll be deducting the original shipping. He was concerned about the taxes, the sales taxes as well, because it's a $340 item. He probably paid $25 in taxes or something, $25 in taxes, maybe more, 30 possibly. So he was asked me about the taxes, and I said, yeah, sales taxes will be refunded when I issue the refund, but I am going to deduct the original shipping. And he was like, that's fine, I appreciate that. And he said, I'm sorry for the trouble. So he could also call eBay and dispute that as well and make me eat the original shipping too. I've had a couple customers do that to me in the past. So I'm calling it a win. He's paying the shipping both ways, essentially, eating the shipping for both return and original. and I'm going to refund him the actual item of $340 plus his sales taxes. And that's it. So that's all said and done. So at this point, it's on its way back, and once I get it, I'll process that. So again, that's part of doing eBay. Sometimes you get the folks that are willing to eat those things because they do feel like they made the mistake, which in this case they did. But you also get the douchebags that are just going to stick it to you because they think you're Amazon and Walmart and think they can just, and they can, because technically eBay is going to make you accept it because I offer free returns. So if this was either an experienced customer or be a douchebag customer, I'd be eating the shipping return and eating the original shipping, and obviously it'd be open item. I think eBay does like 10%, or they'll give you like 10% or something like that. So that would help with some of the shipping if it's a new item that they end up returning that's not something that you as the seller had an issue with. It depends what category or what option they pick for the return. In this case, he didn't actually open a return. He's just graciously sending it back with his own money, on his own accord, and so that it works pretty well in this case. I can't complain. I'll just say that I can't complain. So he also says, Pensacola Flipper says, let me reply to you as well. Replied on the newest video. Since the unit was open, second, to boost your channel, try encouraging more engagement from your viewers. Likes, comments, shares can help push your content to a wider audience. Stay consistent and remind your audience that their support is important for your growth. Appreciate the nuggets there, Pensacola Flipper. Thank you. Yes. So if you're watching this long, make sure you subscribe, follow, like, comment, all that good fun stuff. It's be super appreciated. We've been stagnant around 585 basically for like, I don't know, 10 days or so now. It's been pretty stagnant with growth. So if y'all can do those things, that'd be greatly appreciated. Help get us over 600, and hopefully we'll start seeing the influx. I will say, when I post things like, when the title is a big thing, I mentioned in the last video, title is a big thing to capture people, and I'm not very good at titles, but I do know that when I put down like eBay's dead, I get a ton of views and a ton of new subscribers when I do the clickbait titles like that. But I don't like doing that because how many times am I gonna do a video that says eBay's dead, right? I mean, I guess I do this every day and it feels like eBay's dead all the time. So I guess it's not far off in a lot of cases, but you know what I mean. So anyway, there's that. So that's the comments for the day. I appreciate you guys once again commenting and liking. And again, make sure you guys subscribe if you haven't, if you enjoy the channel. Let's go over sales. We've had a total of 7 sales. Pretty good. So only 7 sales, but $391.02. So not too bad as far as the dollar amount goes. So again, 7 sales for $391.02. So I smashed the goal for the day. It's Friday, so hopefully this carries through the weekend where we're getting $200 to $300 in sales. That'd be amazing. So that way, when I get the return on that Sony CD changer, I can eat that and not dip too much into my profit, or at least my goal profit. Like I said, if I can hit goal and then eat the 300 back, I call that a win. So we'll see where things land and things fall. So you won't see me again until Friday, or I'm sorry, today is Friday. You won't see me again until Monday, and we'll see where everything falls over the weekend. I'm not sourcing tomorrow because we're heading out to Yogi Bear Park later this afternoon. Now that the storm's gone, once we dry up a little bit, we'll be able to start packing the camper and getting packed ourselves. We're only there for 2 days, so we're not going to take a bunch of stuff. It shouldn't take us too long. And then we're heading to Yogi Bear. It's only an hour and a half away from us, not even. So I'll be back Sunday, and we'll see where we fall. I'm not going to put the store on vacation mode because nothing ships until Monday at this point anyway. So hopefully that won't hurt the store. And Monday we'll see where we land. So I'll be back on Monday morning, and hopefully we can hammer out some great sales over the weekend. So let's go ahead and start pulling what we got. Mortal Kombat and Saints Row. Let's see, Mortal Kombat. Saints Row. Let's see. Minecraft. Well, that's a conundrum now, isn't it? It should be right here. Is that for PS3? It is for PS3. Dead Rising. That could be why. It's not Saints Row. It's Dead Rising. That could be why. So Dead Rising. There it is. Dead Rising. So Dead Rising sold for 1170 plus shipping. It was on sale, so 1170 plus, or I'm sorry, minus shipping. So 1170 free shipping on that one. Mortal Kombat, I just put this up yesterday. Actually, I think that's this one, and then Mortal Kombat is over here. Let's see, this one always sells pretty quick. The Mortal Kombat Complete Edition, it does have the manual with it. Always sells pretty quick. $25 free shipping on that one. 25 free ship, sold literally within hours of me putting it up yesterday. The Last of Us on PS4 sold for $20, free shipping on that one. The Last of Us, always a nice pickup as well. When you get these in bundles, it's a win-win, because you get a bundle of a Xbox 360 for $60, $50, and it's got a bunch of games, and you got some good titles. It helps chip away at that end cost. So there's that. Cabela's sold for $9 free shipping on a sale. Cabela's the Great Northern Hunt, or North America Adventure, $9 plus free shipping on that one. Let's see, a PS2. Let me grab these first. We got Mario Kart and Super Mario on DS. Mario Kart and Super Mario. Same person bought both of them. Mario Kart and Super Mario. That's not it. I just put this one in, actually, I want to say. There it is. All right. So Mario Kart and Super Mario sold for, it was the same buyer bought them. I'm probably issue back like a $3 refund. They paid shipping on both, so I'll probably issue them back a $3 refund. But they sold for $30 plus shipping for Mario DS and Mario Kart DS. Oh, that was upside down. But anyway, Mario Kart DS, Mario DS. So again, same buyer for both. They paid $10 in shipping. It's going to California. I'm probably going to give them maybe $3 to $5 back on shipping. But there's that. And then let's see, the two big sales, PS2, PS1, PS2 fat. Is it this one? Might be this one. Let's see. What games was it? What games? I got a few of these, so I got to make sure I got the right games. That one's coming with ATV and Splash. Yep, I believe this one's it. And then these two. Yep. So PS2 fat. So for 107, I'm not gonna pull it out, but it's got games, controller, the whole nine, all the hookups, and a bunch of games, memory card. But that sold for 108 plus shipping on that one. And then I sold a jacket. Finally selling some clothes again here. Sold a jacket. I pick these up pretty regularly if I see them, especially if they're cheap. They're slow moving, but now that winter time's coming up, might start selling some of them. But if I see these cheap at yard sales, I'm going to pick them up. Leather jackets, especially motorcycle jackets. So this is a Bomb Boogie white leather biker jacket, men's, extra large, or BB Miles. But so pretty good condition. I mean, it's used. It's got a Sturgis patch on it. It's got the eagle on it. It could use some cleaning and some love, and I think I put that in the description. But sold for $77 plus shipping. So there you go. I do pick those up pretty regularly. Hopefully I didn't miss anything on it, and they want to send it back, because my luck, I don't know. From what I saw, it was in pretty good condition, but definitely used. And I did put that in the description. So try to be as accurate as you can when it comes to clothes, because people are quick to return clothes. You know, any little blemish that you forget, or little tear in the liner that you happen to not see, or whatever the case is, you know, they're quick to return clothes. Didn't fit, you know, that's usually the next biggest one. I hate clothes. That's the biggest reason, is I hate clothes, because they have a high return rate. But I usually don't get a ton of returns on them, but I know it just they do. So, but that's all I got, guys. Yeah. So again, don't forget, if you're on a basic store, get your free supplies, $25 a quarter. through eBay. You know, that's, I guess, the biggest nugget I dropped for you guys today. If you guys have any questions, comments, drop them in the comment section. I'll be back on Monday, so I'll make sure I address all your concerns, questions, comments, and have a wonderful weekend. That's all for me today. I'm going to get this stuff packed and shipped and out today so we can get rolling on our mini camping trip for the next 2 nights. If you haven't been to Yogi Bear Park, I'll also throw a plug out for Yogi Bear Park. If any of you guys are, you know, parents, or maybe retirees, or you just want to find a different place to go camp because you're an avid camper, they also have cabins, so you don't have to have a camper. They also have cabins as well. But Yogi Bear Park, I think they're all over the country. I know we got like 3 of them here in North Carolina. One of them, like I said, is only like an hour and 15-ish minutes away from us in Tabor City. I think another one's like in Ashboro, and one's in the mountains or something like that. Anyway, so I believe they're all over the country, but it's a great place, good family place. So if you got kids, even if you don't have a camper, they've got the cabins. They got a lot of, especially in like this October time, they do all the trick or treating, and people come out the woodworks and bring all their Halloween stuff, and so they do their whole. They do a whole thing. The park does a whole thing for kids for Halloween, and so it's a fun time. So anyway, good family fun. But that's all I got for you guys. Enjoy the rest of your day. Enjoy your weekend, and we'll see y'all on Monday. Hopefully your sales do well over the weekend, and hopefully my sales do well over the weekend while I'm out on vacation. So we'll see y'all on the next one, and y'all have a good one. Bye, everybody.